All right, so Disney, Virgin, and a ton of other cruise lines around the world are shutting down, or at the very least, suspending cruise ships from their fleet. In today's episode, we're going to talk about what's going on and what this could possibly mean moving forward.
Let's go!
All right, what's up, Ship Life crew? My name is Jay. Welcome to my channel, The Ship Life, where I talk about all things regarding cruise ships and the cruise ship industry. If this just happens to be your first time visiting my channel, or you've been watching my videos and you haven't already yet, why don't you guys sail over to that subscribe button and hit subscribe, along with the notification bell. That way you guys get notified whenever I post my new videos. All right, so like I mentioned at the beginning of the video, Disney Cruise Lines along with Virgin and a ton of other cruise lines are either shutting down or they are suspending a couple ships from their fleet. Now in today's episode, I am mainly going to be talking about Disney and Virgin, simply for the fact that Disney is obviously one of the most popular cruise lines and brands around, and Virgin is one of the most highly anticipated. If you guys want a list of the other cruise lines that are either shutting down or getting rid of some ships, I will leave a list for you guys below. But also keep in mind when I'm saying this, guys, things are definitely subject to change as they are day by day. They probably already have, so just be aware of that. All right, so let's start things off by talking about the Scarlet Lady, which, by the way, if you guys don't know, is the very first ship produced by Virgin Voyages. Now, this ship was supposed to make its big debut in Miami later this month after arriving just a couple days ago, but unfortunately had to be postponed due to the global pandemic. Now, to be honest with you guys, I'm gonna be real here. This is probably, without a doubt, the worst time to ever launch a cruise line. Obviously, this wasn't planned, but of course, I can't imagine what Richard Branson and the entire Virgin company is going through right now, because there is no way they could have predicted this ever happening. However, I believe they're doing the smart thing by taking care of what needs to be taken care of, which means, of course, suspending their ship until later on this year. Now, the ship is supposed to make its debut in August so far, but I guess time will tell and see how all that goes. Now, I'm sure a lot of you guys are wondering about what's happening to the passengers that already planned their cruises and had everything booked. Now, Virgin is starting things off right, because obviously the last thing they need is bad publicity. What they're doing is, for the people that have already booked and want to cancel, they're giving them, of course, 100% refund on top of 25% off of the next cruise. Also, if they book before June, they're also giving them a $500 onboard credit, which is not a bad deal. So with that being said, guys, obviously they're doing the right things and taking care of what needs to be taken care of. Unfortunately, guys, this is just a bad situation, like with other cruise lines as well. But also, guys, in the meantime, you got to look on the bright side, right? Everything's being done right, and maybe, just maybe, some slight chance that that ant pool that they have on that ship will get fixed and made just a little bit bigger. Hopefully, because I do plan on going on that ship one day, and I want a pool that I can actually swim in. I'm not a big guy, but I don't know what they were thinking. Anyway, guys, so like I said, I'm sure Richard Branson is probably a little bit worried due to what's going on, and probably a little bit down because he can't launch a ship at the time that he wanted to. However, I don't think he's losing much sleep due to the simple fact that obviously Virgin itself is well capitalized, and they're going to be a-okay, to be honest. But when it comes to the crew, guys, that's what I'm worried about. I haven't received any information as far as what that particular cruise line will do with them. I don't know if they're being flown home. I don't know if they're being flown home without pay. Nobody really knows the situation on that. I'm still doing some research, and I will get back to you guys on that subject. All right, so let's move on to the mecca of brands. I'm talking about what is undoubtedly one of the biggest companies in the entire world, which is Disney. Look, guys, man, I'm gonna be straight up with y'all. You guys thought it was a big deal when we found out what was happening with Tom Hanks. Let me show y'all something real quick. Like, that hit home for me, because I can relate on so many ways. I know you guys know about Forrest Gump. These right here were mine, okay? That hurt. But I was extremely surprised when I found out that Disney, of all places, has closed down. They've closed down their parks, and they've closed down their cruise lines. Y'all know this is getting serious. I'm just being real with y'all for a second. But anyway, guys, so Disney has indeed shut down their cruise line until May for the next 60 days or 2 months. What does this really mean right now? Because obviously, guys, if you guys don't know about Disney, they don't close, like, really ever, especially all their parks. This is obviously a big deal, and this can mean a lot of things, to be honest with you guys. I mean, this could be getting worse. They could be just trying to save face. And I'm not saying that they don't care about the people, but at the end of the day, guys, we aren't stupid. This is a company at the end of the day, and they care about their bottom line, they care about their shares, they care about their stocks, they care about all of that business stuff. And, you know, of course, the health risks come and the people come shortly after. I mean, you guys can deny it all you want, but that's the bottom line. It is what it is. Now, when it comes to the situation, guys, obviously this is just not looking good. As I've said before, it's not just about Virgin and Disney. They just happen to be the big names that are recognizable to everybody. There are a lot of cruise lines that are dropping out. Now, does this mean this is what I talked about earlier in one of my videos is actually coming into fruition? Is it actually happening? Could there possibly be some kind of, you know, shutdown, or sorry, not shutdown. Could there be some kind of bankruptcy coming up in the near future? Personally, I don't think so, just because obviously a company like Disney, for example, and even of course Virgin, they're very, very well capitalized, and it would take a lot for them to be completely taken down or to ask for government assistance. I could just not see that happening. Obviously, guys, we all know these are very, very large companies, and of course they have put measures in place, especially being that for a lot of these companies as well, not including Disney and Virgin. For a lot of these companies, cruising is their only thing. That is their line of work. That is their profession. That is their brand. That's how they make their money. So of course they put measures in place to make sure that their money, their company is taken care of in the event of a pandemic or another emergency situation. However, guys, you do have to keep in mind as well, I did make a video talking about, or at least I mentioned in a couple of my videos, that these cruise lines could stand to lose millions, if not billions of dollars. Now, a lot of people argued and said I was being too harsh when I said that. However, guys, if you haven't been on a ship, I'm not sure if you understand the amount of money these cruise ships cost and how much they potentially make. When I was on my ship, and it's one of the top 10 cruise lines or cruise ships in the world, they usually make, in the casino alone, they made about $1.5 million on some cruises. Right? So you got to factor in the fuel, you got to factor in the food, you got to factor in the fact that they're not making any money, all the cancellations on bookings, all the cheap bookings that they're putting out right now because they need to kind of just scrabble up whatever money they can make. It's a very, very serious thing right now, guys, and it's a big deal. So what does this mean for the cruise ship industry? It means that them, you know, and just like other companies that aren't cruise ships, cruise lines are in a lot of trouble. You know, they could stand to lose a lot of money. Look at the stocks, look at everything else that's in between that. I hope that this doesn't get any worse. You know, we're all praying and hoping that everything works out. Obviously, guys, I'm more worried about the crew as well, because me being a fellow crew member, guys, I know I keep bringing it up, but that's a very, very big deal. It hits home to me because I know what it's like as an entertainer and as somebody that works in the gig economy and does contracts. I know what it's like to worry about where that next paycheck is coming from. And you guys got to understand, most cruise lines typically don't hire Americans. And a lot of these people that are coming from these developing countries, typically the cruise line is probably their best option to make money. What they do is when they work on the ship, they send all of their bread, all of their money back home to their families so they can be provided for. Now, unfortunately, there are a lot of cruise lines that aren't really speaking about what's happening to the crew. And Disney alone, even when it comes to the passengers, they're not talking about what's going to happen as far as their policy. They're not talking about the money. They're not talking about the passengers are getting back their money as of yet. Well, they may have now because, again, guys, like I said, things are changing literally by the hour. But who knows? It's just everything is just a big mess right now, but we can only hope that things subside or at least calm down a little bit in the near future. But anyway, guys, I don't want to ramble on. I want to know what you guys think. Let me know in the comments below. What do you guys think about this situation? Do you think things are going to get worse? Are you surprised by what's happening with Disney, Virgin, and the other cruise lines? Do you think it was a good move? Let's talk about it in the comments below, because obviously this is a very, very big and potentially scary situation. I'm going to keep doing reports on this, guys. I know a lot of you are getting tired of me just talking about cruise news, but this is the talk of the town right now, and I want to keep you guys informed as best as I can. Make sure you guys like, comment, subscribe, of course, like I said at the beginning of the video. I'm in the process of developing my Facebook group. I will have that up as early as next week, and we will go from there. Until then, guys, you know, just keep your hands clean. You know, if you guys are on Norwegian, washi, all that other good stuff. Keep an eye out for all the travel bans. I'm keeping an eye out myself because I'm projected to go to Europe on the 25th of this month. We'll see what happens. Fingers crossed things don't change. And I know, guys, I'm going to the United Kingdom, by the way, and then I'm crossing over from French from there. So yeah. Anyway, guys, we'll talk about that another day. Like, subscribe, all that other good stuff, and I will see you guys very, very soon. Until then, you guys, take it easy.